music on Facebook. So, hey everybody, I'm sorry I can't play my music for you, but you can listen to me talk.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm I'm excited because I was interviewed today for the Rustin Symposium, and that's exciting. Never been interviewed, I don't think. Well, I don't know. Well, I have been, but not like this. Well, this is the biggest project I've ever done. It's really cool. I mean, I just think. I mean, I've been putting on events just for so long, and it's great. And I think I definitely people are surprised that I'm as chill as I am, because I'm nervous in the way that you are before a new project. But I remember the first event benefit thing that I ever put on for just myself, all by myself, and this was in making a flyer on my little computer and doing it like it was like word perfect, like centered or something like that. But it was my event, and it was really cool to just. And that was a long time ago, and I've just had a lot of great experiences. But yeah, this is the biggest thing. QR, my friend, is going to talk about the civil rights movement in Harlem, being in Harlem in the 50s, and read some poems. So yeah, and then he's used to sort of a different audience. And I'm just excited because it's not Bayard Rustin 101.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's like a lot of people are going to be there who know who he was, who are interested in him, and that's what I was explaining to the person today about why we're having a workshop. We're having a workshop on resilience and moving forward. I'm really, really excited. Okay, I've been wanting. My thing is, I'm a little. I always remember stuff. I'm like a little Sven. I'm like a good Svengali, and I always remember talented people, and I've admired Fresh White for a long time. I just think he has something very valuable to contribute to people, and so had him on my show. And then, hey, awesome! We need to get next time. We'll have Samson back. Next time we have Samson, we really want to have it so set up, because he was telling me that. Fortunately for my first interview, I had somebody for him that was really used to it, because he was saying he couldn't even see us.
Right. We gotta do it. Set it up with Skype next time.
Yeah.
And just so you know, I think we found your mic position. You seem comfortable. I think what it had to be is we had to raise it a little bit. I'm sorry, this is totally off.
This is a big deal.
But this is like a big deal right now. This is historical.
Yeah. We found the sweet spot.
There you go.
Cool. But that's what's so great about just being able to get up and do your own thing. And yeah, and you can figure out your mic eventually. Okay, so that's the Bayard Rustin Symposium. Okay, so Fresh is going to do a workshop on resilience and moving forward. That's what It's also, he does meditation and mindfulness, and so Fresh is an African American transgender man, and so mindfulness and moving forward and all of that from him, it's just more relevant to a lot of people. And I'm not gonna give away his workshop, but he works that into his presentation. It's interesting because I don't know. Again, it's what people need. There's people who know a whole lot about race and justice, and people are in there. People are not sitting down, but people are tired. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get to. We got a hard road. Stuff is hard. I mean, I'm like, what? Salvage? I mean, like 200,000 people are like being kicked out of the country. I mean, so that's the theme of what Fresh is doing, and for him being he's doing the meditation yogi type stuff. I mean, he's from the community. It's not like somebody from Marin coming in and doing it. And there's always been and again, talk about Bayard Rustin, the disagreements between different interests. I mean, a lot more of the people in the peace movement were white. And so, they didn't validate or understand, or, they didn't get how important the civil rights. I mean, some of them did. They were totally there were white people in there with his movement, because the war. He always was doing a couple different things. Oh, okay. So did I talk about why I think Bayard advocated selling arms to Israel and all of that?
No.
Yeah. Okay. He was practical. He didn't really think that he was. Okay, this is what I don't think he didn't really think that there wasn't going to be any more wars. Okay? He just was down to earth about stuff. So, but advocating for peace is political. So that was, being a pacifist is part of social justice. It's like you're doing something, you're creating change by educating people by what you do, because you can't I'm not going to think that I'm a positive person, but I don't think we're going to stop having wars. So that was how
we've been having them since the human race
exactly.
So I think, or at least as long as I've been born. So
exactly. So with Bayard's organization in the 40s and 50s, the War Resistance League, he made civil rights part of that platform, because he taught people, he trained people in nonviolence. So. And then those were the people that went ahead and did direct action in the civil rights movement. So he's sort of he was a black gay communist, man. I mean, he didn't have the luxury of just thinking about world peace. He had to get a lot done.
So what do you think, in let's say a flip world, that Bayard was still alive, still young, and still active? How do you think he would have felt about Donald Trump? Your opinion just off of how he was. How do you think he would have?
He would have felt the same as we all. Oh, but damn, he's another one. I mean, if Bayard were alive and young today, I mean, he could be president. I mean, he could be. I don't know if we're there for. If we're there for a gay president yet, but we've had a black president. I mean, he was just so smart politically. And so, I think he'd be in office himself. He still would have believed in nonviolence. And I had that that discussion again with somebody today on Facebook that somebody posted on one of the gay boards about how now we can go we can about fighting back, and how it was a directive statement. He was saying to people, this is what needs to happen. And so I put down, I believe in respect. Don't tell other people what to do. So he wrote back a real disrespectful comment to me. And then, see, this is my thing, that happens constantly. I'm so much more aggravated by him than I am by the Nazi homophobes. I feel sorry. I'm not upset about the Nazi. I mean, I'm concerned about the Nazi homophobes, but I don't hate them. They don't hurt my feelings. I mean, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for people that live in a state like that. You know, and I've talked about that before. But if somebody else from like my world, my community is going to come back with like dumb shit about saying that I have Stockholm syndrome, what I want to say is kiss my ass. But I'm nonviolent, okay? But yeah, people coming up with dumb shit like that annoys me a lot more, because then I'm like, grr. I was like, okay, come on. But that's my challenge. It's like, okay, it's because it's a problem. It can be a problem with people. Okay, I think of myself and I think about how it's easier for me to be chill about Nazi homophobes than I am like obnoxious people on the gay Vallejo gay neighborhood, the gay network page. But they're not in my face like that. I mean, they're further away from me. Because films. Jumping over. Why shouldn't Get Out? I think Get Out deserves an Oscar.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good movie.
Mm-hmm. yeah, and we've had this discussion before. Okay, because I can't. Because The Help came out the same year as Django Unchained. I love Django Unchained. I think it's brilliant. I think it's so important. I've seen it a couple times, and I was telling somebody like, no, I'm not gonna go see The fucking Help. I'm not gonna like support a move. I'm not gonna support it.
The Help was the one with
it was
Forrest Whitaker, right?
No, that was The Help. The Help like showed a bunch. The Help had all the black people playing mates, basically, and it was about a yeah. So I'm not going to see that. I don't support that. And it was a book and their like wonderful white lady friend or something. It's like, can you believe people are? Of course you can, but but these films like this are still being made. Okay, yeah. I mean, so, okay, so I'm trying to think what other black films were made in the past year that will get nominated instead of Get Out. But the point is, like, Get Out's real, okay? Yeah. And so people are going to feel real happy and virtuous if they go see a movie about slavery. I mean, it's easy to feel like that was bad. It's easy to talk about how terrible that was, but something like Get Out, that's saying something really important, makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know. Did it get nominated? I don't think it will.
No, I don't think it will either. No, I didn't.
Yeah, usually movies like that don't
really get nominated.
Yeah.
I'm still mad that it took Denzel to play a bad guy to get nominated to even get an Oscar. For Training Day. But he was good in Training Day. He was really, I mean, it's funny though.
I didn't know that was him. I was shocked. I saw a preview. I haven't seen the movie. I saw the preview. I was like, what? What do you mean?
You need to see the movie. I got into an argument with somebody about that.
Okay, tell me what.
Why is Training? He had so many good movies, being a good guy and all these.
I was amazed.
I'm like, okay, I understand it. And I said, you should have gotten an Oscar for those, but I didn't know he could play such a good bad guy. I mean,
I was like, wait, that's not Denzel.
Oh, man, he played that to a T.
Oh, I gotta see it. Yeah, I saw the preview.
You gotta see the whole thing. I mean, you'll just be like,
yeah, I saw the preview. And when it said his name, I was like, no way, that's not him.
I ain't never seen somebody play a crooked cop like he did. I just never have seen that before, and he did a good job. Is that what it's? I thought he was playing a lawyer.
No, this is
Training Day.
What's Training Day?
Training Day is where he's training this guy a rookie.
And it's a while ago. It's not recent.
Oh no, it's a while ago.
Okay. I know which one you mean.
It's not super recent.
Okay.
It was made within 2000,
But it's not recent. It may be like 2005, 2006, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. I know that one. Well,
that was his. Like, he got nominated.
Oh, okay. That's what it was for. I remember.
Yes, and he's had good movies before up to that movie. But once he plays with the bad guy in that movie, he gets the Oscar.
It was a fucking crime for him not to be nominated for Fences, not to get any awards. Man. And it was also, it made me, because, I mean, are you familiar with August Wilson?
No.
Fences is part of it was a play. It's part of 10 plays by a playwright named August Wilson, a black playwright, about the African American experience in the United States, and each one covers like a decade with different people. And August Wilson died about 10 years or something. You know, it was really, really sad. Really sad. I mean, you know, he was, he wasn't super young, but he had, he was just very, very important to theater and the screenplay or whatever. It should have been awarded, probably most have awarded to honor what Denzel did and honor August Wilson.
Nice.
So yeah, so that was bullshit. But okay, because now we have Denzel is in one right now. I don't know if the guy is. It's a lawyer. I think he might not be that bad a guy, but he's ugly. I mean, Denzel playing ugly was a shock.
I mean, I heard about that. I don't think he's playing a bad guy though.
He's not. It's not a good guy. I think he's a lawyer. He's like a lawyer or record executive or something like that.
Okay. I don't know if anything.
He's a messy.
You have to just see Training Day was just something else, man.
I know the one you mean. I thought you were. It's the one that's out. That's out right now. I mean, Denzel playing ugly, ugly and stuff. Roman J. Israel Esquire.
That's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He. Look. Would you have recognized him? No. No, I didn't.
What is it supposed to be back in the 70s or something? Because he has an afro.
Yeah, but but it's not. No, Denzel could. It's not a fashionable.
Yeah, it's not. But it seems like he's a good guy from reading the.
But he's ugly. At least he's ugly and messy. At least he's like that's a stretch. He's not. It's.
Yeah, he does look different, but he's still playing a good guy.
Oh, he's not that. Oh, okay. Well, at least he's in the preview too. He's kind of like he's disheveled and sort of sloppy, and so that's what it seemed like in the preview. And I was real surprised to see Denzel. I mean, whether he's playing good or bad. I mean, I just associate him with just being suave or like. Yeah. This guy was pretty pathetic.
To me, it's like after.
Whoa.
That's nothing.
Okay.
Inside your phone.
Yeah. Katie, nice to see you. Got it. Okay.
So what actually happened to what was I gonna say? Yeah, like when he played a bad guy, it just was like one of them things.
I kind of remember that. That was a while ago. But yeah, but okay, so he's I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta chalk it in there real hard. Let me do it. You can hold this.
I'll hold this. Okay, keep talking. Okay, because Finn. Oh, okay. Get Out. We were talking about how Get Out won't be nominated for an Oscar. But shit. I don't want Oprah nominated for fucking president. Okay.
I heard about that. Huh?
Yeah. Okay, I think that happens. That's something that happens constantly when a woman gets up and does something outstanding, or like delivers a great speech. Because I mean, she's outstanding doing what she does. And so instead of, this is what she does, I mean, she connects with people, she moves people, she inspires people, and that's what she did. And that's not the job of being president of the United States. And so I think it's sexist, and I think it's sexist and dismissive. And I feel the same way about talking about Michelle Obama being president. It's like fucking stupid. It's like there's like it's like, okay, if a woman's outstanding, you can also look at it as like, okay, wait, well, here's an outstanding woman, here's an outstanding black woman, let's get her to go take care of this too. I mean, that's another way to look at it. But.
True, but think about this though. Everybody, Trump was nominated.
No, but come on, but that's not.
Think about this for a second though.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about qualifications.
She started poor. She wasn't like in a rich family.
That has nothing to do with being president.
But it
helps. But that's how I feel. Okay, but what? Okay, you know what? No, I don't need to. I already thought about.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of feel differently on that because she's kind of more of the middle class type. She was poor. She's actually been through it. Once
somebody, but I mean, being a politician, you need to compromise, and so somebody like her completely. I mean, she's able to be morally clear. She's able to. Do something, she has freedom. She can say whatever the fuck she wants. Politicians can't do that.
Trump does.
Come on, don't make him. That's crazy.
He technically does.
I know, but okay, but we need to think about him in the category of General Mobutu and Samuel Doe.
I can see that.
Okay, that's when Samuel Doe. He was elected and made him in Liberia, and that I was talking about this last time. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf stuck around. She was afraid she was going to get killed working for him, but she stuck around and tried to help. And then it was just getting worse and worse. And she said, like, "Sir, you promised people this," and he's like, "I didn't promise them shit." So, yeah, I mean, we need to. I mean, yeah, we need to like not lower the bar, because it's like shit. I mean, because the bar has been dropped to like negatives, us good people, sensible people, we need to not lower our bar.
I don't know if we chose Trump. I just don't see anybody going lower than Trump, man. I think the bar that we have now is lower than I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, but we need to keep our standards. I mean, who wants to be just like, better than somebody else? You want to be good.
So tell me this: if you had a choice right now, and everybody in the world said, "Anna, we want you to choose our president," who would be your perfect president?
Right now?
Right at this moment.
Joe Biden.
Okay.
He could just step right back in. Yeah. I mean, I think he has, if we're talking about right now, yeah. I mean, now. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, who I think, I know who I don't think. See, I know who I don't think would be good. I believe in experience. I don't think, Kamala Harris just like fucking got to, well, no, she's held elected office and stuff. I don't know. No, I am a hard ass about experience. I'm always gonna go for it. Right. I was for Bill Richardson in 2008 because I thought he had more experience than anyone else.
That was one of my gripes for Trump. I never understood. He had no experience whatsoever in how he pulled that off. And just even the fact that other senators and other people voted for it, just didn't. It didn't make any sense to me.
It did, it didn't, and it didn't, and it doesn't. But I am committed to trying to understand it. I mean, I need to try and understand people, and yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When you think about it, it's kind of hard to like.
I know, but this was what Bayard Rustin. In 1947, Bayard Rustin led an interracial bus trip, cross country bus trip, challenge to test federal law. He talked about, I don't know. Well, I have some quotes and stuff from here, but he talked about fear. There's just so much meanness and dumbness in the left, on the left too, that I don't. That's why. So, that is why I'm more forgiving. That's why I'm, in some respects, I have more patience with the far right than I do with the. I have more patience with the rightists than I do with meanness and dumbness in my own community. And every time I get slammed, every time I bring up respect, and it's like I get. I mean, obviously, and I know that's what's gonna happen, because if somebody's already, but I can't even say that I choose respect without somebody saying something mean. Mm-hmm. And I the person I was talking to. Okay, wait, you wanted... Pardon?
9/11. I thought you asked me what time it was.
Yeah, I did, but... Okay, we don't want to... Okay, wait, so we went from films... okay, so what did you think of, like, of the women wearing black in the Golden Globes? You know how they were also... Yeah. I'm not asking what you thought. Yeah. As a political statement.
I know what you mean. I'm just thinking. I mean, to me, it doesn't bother me. If you want to express yourself, you want to wear black. To me, it doesn't bother me. It's your.
I wouldn't expect it to bother you, but do you think it's effective? Do you think it means anything?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I remember when I don't know if it was this Super Bowl or the last one before this one, when Beyonce performed.
Yeah.
And she wore all black.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about it, like, why is she wearing the all black? And I think it was for, the whole cap situation.
But do you think this is going to help with, they're doing it to bring attention to sexual assault.
Right,
do you think that...
I think it will. I think it'll help. I think every time you let me just say, like, anything you do to try to protest something, it helps in the sense that it opens eyes.
You're right. Yes.
It always opens eyes now, as in the long run.
Yeah.
Will something happen out of it? I don't know, but at least they know, like, when they look at, like, okay, they look at those girls, they say, okay, those girls are against it. We know they came in black. We know what they're about.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's so much the people watching it already agree. So I don't know. I just, I don't go overboard about stuff like that, but yeah.
But to me, on the other hand, with the sexual harassment and stuff, I think in some ways it's starting to get overboard.
You think?
A little.
I don't know.
This is.
No, I'm just.
Your phone.
Yeah.
But to me, it's kind of like it's a touchy thing now, and it's like. There are some people that use it to their advantage. To me, I don't know. I've seen different things. Like, I've seen video clips. I saw this one video clip where I guess this guy, and it was a real video clip, and this guy was like saying hi to a girl, and the girl's like, "Oh, you're sexually harassing me," and that's all he said was hi, and they got into an argument, and the girl was like, "You was," and it's like he wasn't harassing you. I mean. If a guy says, there's nothing wrong with someone saying something to you. You're a guy, you're a girl, you say something to him, he says something to you. And to me, that's not. But I think it's getting to a point where it's going to be like that, where it's hard to tell with some people.
No, it's not. That's the sort of stuff that gets. I mean, there's always going to be examples like that,
Right.
you know, thrown up to try and discredit the larger point.
And then, like, to me, let's just say the example with Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of, when they did the case, and the girl kind of admitted, I mean, she lightweight admitted that she liked kicking it with him during her case. She admitted it. She
yeah.
You know, even after the initial him putting the pill and her, you know, being drugged and the whole nine, she kicked it and slept with him like 3 or 4 times after that.
Yeah.
And to me, I kind of think that's kind of like, okay, so you went through all this, you got this guy going to court, and you're pretty much telling everybody he raped you.
What about the rest of the accusers, though?
They're not saying, I mean, I don't know, because they're not really saying. This girl, as time came on, she was saying more about it, and once the case happened, she kind of admitted that she was still, even when he was married, she knew he was married, and she, like, there was even one incident where he was, I guess, in a trailer. I guess he was getting ready to do a comedy show or something, and she came by to see him and slept with him then. So, I mean, it's kind of like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. To me, sexual stuff is it's a touchy situation. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
When people, and then on the other thing, when people talk about it years later, which I know sometimes it's hard for people to talk about.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like, look, yeah, I mean, come on, you like with Roy Moore, like who's like you know, like people say. I mean, I know. You know, I mean, talking about stuff years later. Okay, when somebody was like a child. To me, that's not. I don't. You know, nobody would listen. He was in a position of power.
Right. And I understand that, but
yeah.
That's where the line kind of taters, is because in a lot of people's minds, like, why wouldn't you say nothing before? And then it's like, well, I couldn't. I was younger. I didn't think to say. And
that's what people need to. I mean, and people need to be educated about that, because I mean that happens as part of. The trauma that happens as a result of trauma. People can disassociate from things, and that's very common with sexual assault. And then there's people who are, you know, I mean, you know, the fact is there's marital rape, there's date rape,
right.
And
then the issue, like with what happens with a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
The whole little, I went up to the hotel room.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, why are you going to their hotel? What did you think was going to happen? Was supposed to happen in the hotel? I mean, that's my feelings on it. But
yeah.
Then the argument is, well, just because you go up to the hotel, it's like, come on, man. He doesn't know you. You don't really know him, or vice versa, however it goes. So when you're going up to the hotel with a stranger, what else do you guys have in common except for sexually? You don't know each other.
Well, with the actresses and all that, it was like to have meetings, and I mean, it's just the
like rappers. Let's just say Tupac, for instance, when he got in trouble.
Yeah.
Same thing with Tyson and some other ones.
Nah.
They're not having no kind of special. They invite you to a hotel for what they want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like they go up there with them, and then all of a sudden, the girl will scream rape, and it's like you went up to a hotel room with a guy, even though he's famous.
Well, like they change their mind.
I agree.
You know, you should be able to change your mind.
You should, but see, that's the point, though. We really don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They could have changed. Maybe he changed his mind, and maybe she's mad that he didn't want to do nothing with her.
I mean, why would just with so many of them? I mean, why would to me? Okay, because like rappers and all these guys, you know, like okay, there's going to be like plenty of ladies that would have like gone up to their, you know, say like somebody goes up to their hotel room and has a good time, and they go off and they just have this great little. You don't hear from them because they weren't. That was like a good experience for them.
Yeah.
I mean, no, you know, unless they want to like.
But some people are crazy and out for money. Some people will.
They don't make money doing that. They don't make money accusing. Well, some of them do.
Yeah, they do.
Well,
they can.
Well, the problem with somebody like Harvey Weinstein, I mean.
Well, maybe not.
him personally.
Well, they do. People will criticize them for taking settlements,
right.
And that means, and that happens all the time,
right?
Like it even happens in the whole. It's a problem, like so far as financial institutions.
Right.
If you're making a lawsuit because of something wrong, some injustice, and then the other side settles, and you have a non-disclosure agreement,
right?
Then,
you see what I'm talking about, and that's kind of could be lightweight extortion, because they know you're gonna like Michael Jackson. Let's just say Michael Jackson, for instance.
Yeah.
If you're a grown adult and you have kids, who's gonna leave their kids?
Oh, plenty of people did. Plenty of people did. Oh my God.
No. I know they did it. They did it, but a normal person, like, are you gonna leave your kid with a 30, 40-something-year-old man to spend the night with him?
Well, he was.
Even if it is Michael Jackson,
Well, people are so celebrity crazy. Michael Jackson was like a god to people. People. People are so celebrity crazy.
And then, I don't know, and then to turn around and say your kids were being molested, and then to take money for it, and I don't know. And a lot of them, even though they took the money, after they took the money he paid, they still wound up saying he molested their kid. I don't know. It's just, to me, some of that seems just
one of the things
awkward to me.
He would have helped. Michael Jackson helped so many people. They could have, if it was just about getting help from him, they could have just asked for help. He helped so many. He helped so many people.
Yeah, but
so why would they be going to try and get more when?
That's what I'm trying to say. There was one of the parents of one of the kids did that.
I just happen to think that just in the vast majority of cases, I don't know, that putting something so painful out there, and most of them, the women that accused Trump didn't make any money.
Right.
Or
so we don't know, unless he paid him and we just don't know.
Well, there's other women that aren't talking. Because, he does have settlements with women, and those ones aren't talking. The ones that are talking now didn't have settlements.
And I'll be honest with you. To me, I don't like Trump, and I think because of how he acts. But I also think that a lot of these girls messed with him because he is Trump. It's weird. I think he has money, and a lot of them.
They didn't get money though.
Well,
the women that are accused, they didn't get money.
They didn't get money, but what I'm saying is, I feel that some of them
didn't get anything.
Some of them are attracted to him because he has money. Do you understand that?
I understand that people. Well, yeah, I understand that people.
And I think that sometimes when you put yourself, how can I put this? When you put yourself into situations like that, and you're kind of trying to deal with people because of their money or whatever, their fame, and you really don't know them, it's kind of like...
But it doesn't justify his actions.
No, it doesn't justify his actions. But it's like... At what point does a person have to be smart enough to think, well, I don't really know this person. I shouldn't kick it with them, even though they have money and they're famous. I shouldn't go up by myself to their room, or I shouldn't do this with them by myself. That's my part of it that I don't understand. That's what I'm saying, the median with it, is because everybody's saying that, well, it doesn't justify it, but it's like, just like when you tell your kids not to take candy from a stranger. A kid's going to want the candy, but, or adults or anybody, but you're not going to just take some food from somebody and just eat it just because they offer it to you, are you?
But it doesn't mean, it does, oh wait, what was the, I was thinking, there was, okay, wait a minute, I lost the train of thought. Oh, there's just so many of them that don't make, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether somebody made a mistake or had poor judgment. Like there's a lot of people that are naive. And my thing, okay, when a lot of this was happening, people were going over recounting experiences of harassment. People are talking about, okay, how this has damaged careers. Like, what about jobs that you've needed to leave because of sexual harassment? People were bringing that up and thinking about how, like, chances of employment could have been, people lost that because of, like, sexual harassment stuff. So I was thinking about it. I was thinking, like, I mean, just for various reasons in my background, my attitude is very much like, no, I mean, I am ready to defend myself at all times. I am, like, ready to tell somebody off and everything. And that's how,
But see, with you, from me knowing you, like, even before you decided to do the show with me, you kind of met me around people a couple of times. You see, you kind of, that's what I've seen. I've seen you a couple of times before you even decided to do the show with me. Like, right now, you're doing the show with me by yourself.
Yeah.
Technically. But you've met me. It's not like you just met me yesterday and I said, hey, I'm doing a show. Come up to my I probably would have. I mean, I've done, I probably would have. I've done like, stuff. And when I do Age's show, when we do Duck Soup, the one with the hip hop show, we had this girl named Deja. She could sing. I don't know how old. I think she's between 18 and 21. Mm-hmm. She brought her mom. Mm-hmm. And see, that's what I'm saying. She was thinking, you know.
Her mom was thinking.
Well, maybe her mom, but either way.
Her mom was thinking.
Well, either way, but you know how some girls are like, no, Mom, I could do it by myself and ground. You know, I could just do it, and then they try to do it by themselves. But I'm saying, I give her props, and I even said this, we said this on the show, that was cool that you brought your mom. You can always have your mom come up here. And I don't care. If people want to bring their parents when they come up here, I understand. You know what I'm saying? If I go somewhere, and if I don't know somebody, I'm gonna see if someone wants to come with me. I'm a big dude, but I'm still going to make sure someone comes with me. I'm not going to just go by myself because things could happen.
Man, I've gotten in cars with guys, and I've gotten in cars with guys and, like, gone camping.
Okay, well, I just, man, like I said, if I don't know you, I gotta have someone with me until I get to start knowing you. Then I'll be cool with it. I just can't do it. I can't do that kind of stuff.
I mean, you know, I have my own. The majority of women get hurt or killed by husbands or partner or boyfriends. A woman is most likely to be killed in her home by somebody that she knows. So I've always calculated, I'm seriously, I've, like, calculated my odds of, like, I'm already, like, ahead of other people.
That makes sense. I mean, like I said.
Yeah, but we could. We can look at. Back to. One reason it's so important to keep bringing that stuff up is there's so many women that would have been, like, attacked by Trump and that are think about hotel maids and women cleaning, or I don't know, or women that weren't, that had even less power and status. And so, there's a whole, I just know it's like, okay, here's, like, wealthy, powerful movie stars speaking. It was hard for them. It was hard for them to do it, and they have a lot more power and status, and they did it. And that's why, I mean, when I filed complaints on the mental health system, I mean, it wasn't because of me. It wasn't, I mean, I moved on and, like, got a different doctor. It was because I'm just in so much more of a safe place than other people, and I knew they were treating other people that way. So, I mean, that's the importance of, if you do have some support and behind you, I mean, that is about speaking out. And I know that was why, I mean, the women that Trump's accusers, I mean, they had nothing to gain. They were all, like, successful, stable women that had and you know, they did it for the public good. You know, I'm public minded. I would do something like that if I had to, but I'm sure glad I don't have to. You know, I mean, it's good that we. This is just the sort of thing that we need to keep talking about. I mean, I understand why it doesn't. I mean, I understand like why if something doesn't make sense. You know, that's why. I mean, that's why it's just. I mean, that's just why it's so important to just talk. You know, meet new people, be open to people, talk to people, because you know you could spend your entire time just listening to people like yourself. Oh, okay, so you were talking about all of Trump's boys bailing on him.
Well, he kind of got rid of them, but yeah, I guess in a lightweight way, some disagreements didn't happen because he got rid of a lot of his staff from the beginning.
Well, some of the smart ones, some of the smart ones got out on their own.
Right.
You know, when the guy that was sort of like lower level that saw Trump dictate the announcement about his son, the lie, one of the lies about what his son was doing. So that was that guy, whatever his name was, who was like an assistant to assistant, saw that going on. It was like, I am out of here.
I'm gone.
I mean, it's awful. All these people are needing to hire lawyers. I mean, his entire that's just so crazy. That's not normal.
Not normal at all.
I don't think this has ever happened to any president. At least I'd never heard of it. So
not like this. Not in the U.S. Not like this. You know, like, okay, let me give it up for Dick Nixon. Okay, I do not like. I think comparing. You know, yeah, you can compare Watergate and the scandals, but I just think it's really unfair to compare Trump to Nixon. I think Trump is I think Trump's a sociopath, and I mean, and
I don't know. I just like how everybody does that with Trump. Trump is like the president that everybody seems to, like you said, they'll go to Nixon or well, Obama did it too. Or they'll try to always bring somebody else up over Trump. Like,
well, you're right, yeah, because that doesn't.
It's funny to me how that happens.
It doesn't help.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, it doesn't help solve any of the problems. So I always keep an eye out CNN periodically interviews Trump. You know, they have like a round table of Trump voters and stuff that they check in with every couple of months to say, do you still like him? So that's interesting.
Oh, so what are they saying?
So last I watched, like half of them had changed their mind.
Okay, and what parties do they all align themselves with? All these.
Well, they were all people that voted for Trump.
Okay, so these are all pretty much Republicans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like people from no party that voted for Trump. Or,
okay.
Well, yeah, they would have been people that voted Republican, but you know, I mean, the problem is there was like there was a lot of people that voted for Obama and then voted for Trump, right. And so that's a problem, and that's what the Democratic Party really needs to look at, because there was, you know, and it wasn't, they wouldn't have voted for Obama for a third term. Basically, it's not the, you know, so. I don't know. Yeah, people just, I mean, need to look at that more honestly, or like try and figure out, like, get people.
I don't think there's going to be any honesty with that though. I think a lot of the people who did vote for it's kind of like they don't want to be wrong. So I don't think there will ever be any real honesty with that. It's kind of more of like I did it, he did it too. So Nixon did it, so it's okay. You know, Nixon did it, nobody, you know, it's kind of more of like they shift it to something else, or they try to find something else to shift it to instead of just saying Trump sucks. That's all that they need to say is Trump sucks, just admit it. And I've even told someone, like, out of all the Republicans to vote for, like, really Trump. I mean, there was other, you know what I'm saying? I would have felt better about any of the other ones at the time, but Trump, they chose Trump, so hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
And like you said, Joe Biden would have been awesome. That dude is tough. I love his.
my
I love watching
boy.
him debate, man.
I
thought he was
love
gonna.
Joe.
Man, the last
I love
debate,
him.
I saw him debate another vice president.
Yeah.
Man, I thought he was gonna hop over the podium and fight the dude. I mean, he was tough.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of reminds me of like how Clint Eastwood is in movies. Like one of them type of dudes. Like he's
Joe's
just,
my boyfriend. I love Joe.
Yeah, he's bad. He's a bad dude, man. He's tough.
Yeah. He's a good guy. Well, I would have voted. I like. Yeah, he has great experience. But I don't know. I don't know if he could win. But
He probably wouldn't win. He probably wouldn't win.
That's the problem. Yeah. I don't know. It's unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, it sucks. It was really sad. I sent his family a letter when his son died, which was really, really sad. So I sent a donation. I know people that have met his son and they just said he was really, really nice. That he was, So that was really sad. I mean, because Biden would have beat Trump.
I hope so. I don't know, man. I'm really honestly shocked that he even won. Like I said, out of everybody to choose, I really did not expect it to be Trump. And till this day now, ever since I seen that, I mean, right now Marilyn Manson can run for president, and he can win. In my mind, he can win. There's a chance he can win after Trump done did it. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be like raising the bar. Okay, so we're talking about a lot of his boys flying. Okay, well, I was there's the book that's out now. Okay, all this crazy stuff. So I've been watching interviews with the author of that book. The one who had a lot of access. So, yeah, so that was interesting. But I watched it I watched coverage of it on Al Jazeera, which I like to do. And so Al Jazeera was saying that right after Trump went to the Middle East last spring, like right after there were big changes in Saudi Arabia after Trump left. So like basically he's over there making. And so that's just, and
I'm hearing something about something, man, maybe it wasn't Saudi Arabia, but they're saying ever since Saddam Hussein was killed, that it's worse down there, or worse in Iraq.
Well, that was a long time ago.
No, I saw it on the news recently.
Well, yeah, that's, the dispute is, I mean, the U.S. should never have gone in there in the first place, as far as I'm concerned. Was it worse during Saddam's time? I'm like, no, I don't think so. No, I don't think. No, there wasn't ISIL in Saddam's time. So, yeah, but I mean, talk about going back in the past and blaming people. But I mean. Obama inherited the war from Bush, and now Trump inherited it from Obama. And
it's usually how it goes.
It does. I mean, Trump is so disrespectful about it. It is about everything. But yeah, I mean, the problem is, I mean, Obama pulled out of Iraq while he was running for his second term. That's what happened, and so it left a vacuum for ISIS to get started. Right. So yeah, I think that should be on his conscience.
But then a lot of people, I remember about that, but I thought really the United States was pushing him at the time. I remember seeing a lot of articles about him that they should take the troops out of Iraq.
Well, yeah.
And so it's like, I mean, I know they're mad at him, but I remember that a lot of people used to get on him saying, "Oh, he's having all these guys still stay in Iraq." And
well, yeah, and that's why he got him out.
He did what
yeah, and thanks to that, there's ISIL.
Right, and so I don't think that was all his fault. I think he was.
Of course not. I mean, it's the same. Well, no, and it's it's certainly not just the United. I mean, I don't think he should have done that. But no. I mean, it's my God. It's the whole war. It's the whole him pulling out gave Russia in more of an inroad into Russia arms ISIL. So that's what happened when the U.S. pulled out, and so it's unfortunate that they couldn't try and solve problems over there differently. But I don't think it was fair. The U.S. went in, did invade Iraq, and then left Iraq, and it's all even worse. There wasn't. Saddam Hussein committed atrocities and against his own people, but there was law and order. And I'm not saying it in a Mussolini way. It's not like the entire country was chaotic and overrun. There was law and order, and it wasn't like the mullahs or whatever going around beating.
Right.
Yeah. So that just sucks. And there's a film coming out that I'm interested in seeing in HBO, and it follows a documentary that follows the last year of the Obama administration.
Is it like
it's like a documentary?
Yeah,
so it's like a real deal documentary.
Yeah, real deal. And I'm particularly interested in it because I'm really interested in the United Nations because of my project Justice for Hammarskjöld, and it shows Obama's UN ambassador was Samantha Power, who I followed very closely. She's been very. She wrote some books that really influenced me, and I view her as. I'm hugely disappointed in her because I never heard back from her about justice for Hammarskjöld. I wrote her. I tried to contact her. I tried to contact the office, and this isn't fuck you. I should at least get a form letter. It's not like tons of people are writing to the UN ambassador, but she never said anything about Dag Hammarskjöld. She didn't even attend memorials for him or anything, and her administration, the Obama administration, all that, didn't do shit about Dag Hammarskjöld. And there are much more important things in the world, but that happens to be my organization. So, I'm real excited to see more of and I think that they just failed so massively on Syria, which they think too. Both Samantha Power and Obama have both said that their greatest headache or sorrow or regret is Syria. So it's not like I think any of it's I think they fucked up, but in some respects, but I know they tried their hardest, and I know they cared. Right. So yeah, let me put that in because sure I can it's my right to criticize them, but it's a really it's a huge complicated issue, and the rest of the world should have been involved too. See, that's the thing. That's the grain of truth. That's one of the things. Okay, there's this concept where in a good lie, a good lie always has a grain of truth in it.
Right.
And so with Trump going on and on about all the crazy stuff about how the world is screwing over the U.S. and everybody's taking advantage of us and all that, whether the United States role in the world is, that's a thing that can be a legitimate disagreement. That's a legitimate issue. And, you know, I think that I believe in intervention in the case of, in humanitarian intervention. Again, that's always my, belief.
So what's your feeling on the whole North Korea thing with Kim Jong-il? Like to me, I don't know, man. Do you think he's an actual threat? Do you think, because it's kind of odd to me that they try to tater his threats, like they 1 minute he's nothing, but then they'll still show it like the next time, he's practicing firing missiles, and then I'm like, well, if he's not a threat, why do we keep talking about it?
I wish we could just put the two of them in a room together.
They're
perfect.
Man.
They're a perfect pair.
Someone said that to me, man, on Facebook. They said they should get, anytime presidents and rulers of other areas don't like each other, they should put them in a ring and make them box it out.
Yeah, I will, especially those two, because that's like their level. No, my button's bigger.
Right,
no,
right. You know, give them some boxing gloves.
Yeah.
And just bing, bing. You know, let them go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, sure it's a threat. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but well, certainly, that's a human. You know, Kim Jong-un treats his people terribly, terribly too. That's a much bigger problem to me than whether he's like having a war of words with, you know, with Trump. But okay. So the documentary shows quite a bit. It shows Obama giving his last address, getting ready to give his last address at the UN, which that's just so interesting to me because,
right.
You know, but yeah, they totally. Samantha Power pissed me off because I think that she did the same thing as I think Obama did, just of like meeting too much with celebrities. And when it comes to Samantha Power, I do take it personally because she's one of the reasons I got interested in the United Nations because of her biography of Sergio Vieira de Mello, and her book. I got interested in human rights, in global, you know, diplomacy and genocide and all that because of one of her books, and so it was there's a real connection for me with that and getting interested in Dag Hammarskjöld. And so, yeah, she should have fucking, you know, I wrote to her. I never heard back from anybody. I tweet. They finally did like, you know, she'd have like live online discussions and never respond to anything I said about Dag Hammarskjöld. And so, and it's not just me. Lots of people, there's lots of people care about him. It's not like I have it's not like I expect to be paid attention to for my little thing. A lot of people care about Dag Hammarskjöld. That's the so. Anyway, I'm excited to see that documentary. But apparently, it was just you know, with his. There was just a big disagreement whether he was going to make a nice little speech for his final address to the United Nations, or whether he was going to still try and do something, I guess. But, yeah, you know, it was Syria's like, it's a fucking it's a, you know, he wanted to, you know, he wanted to win a second term, and that's why he took the troops out. And,
right.
Yeah, and other people really suffered because of that. But it's dreadful. It's just but so the connection with that is that no, I don't think that the United States should try and do that all on their own. I think the fucking Arab world should get in there. The other Arab countries should get in there and try and like help each other out and like bridge these. You know, they're from the same. They're the same. They're the same culture.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. You would think they would do that. a lot of these other countries, like you said, they're right next door to each other, but
well, they don't because they don't if the United States does. That's a line of thought. That is a line of thought that could be if they don't want to spend the money if the United States is going to come in and do it.
But that's kind of
well. That's what I'm saying. No, I think that's wrong, and I totally disagree. And
right.
I think it's a ripoff. I think that, I mean, I wish that the United States could work with them about that diplomatically, because again,
Do you think they do that purposely, like not do it that way to kind of keep them as a major power, so to speak? Because once people start coming together, sometimes it can make their country bigger because now they're working with their neighbors and so on and so on. I mean, because I've noticed that too. I've always noticed that about the United States. Like, we're always coming for someone's aid, and like you said, you have this neighbor next to you that's doing okay. You have this neighbor. Why can't they help you out, and maybe vice versa? But that never happens, and I guess you said, like they say, well, we'll just let America, the United States, help us.
And so that is the kernel of logic in all of Trump's madness. That's when he talks about how America's been treated so terribly by the world and all of that. That's what he's talking about.
Right.
He's talking about it in a crazy way, that's crazy and non-humanitarian. And again, I mean, I feel this way because I feel like it would, I don't care if it helped more for the United States to go in places, but no, I mean, I think that they should try and, the culture. So,
like you said, with Obama, for instance, like with him, since we done already, through the Bush regime, we done already went into Iraq and pretty much took it over. And then when Obama comes along, and then he's like, get out. We're taking the troops out. We kind of made, like you said, a vacuum.
That's what happened, and that's what happened in Congo when the Belgians left.
Right, and that I'm seeing that as something as a common pattern everywhere.
Yeah.
Like even in Rwanda, it's kind of like the same thing happened. They had I don't think it was Belgium. I think it was Dutch or something like that. And they were there from Europe. Europe kind of had control of Rwanda. You've seen the movie Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah.
And I guess there was two different tribes. There was the Tutsis and the Hutus. And I guess the Tutsis were the ones that were kind of like more with the Belgians.
We'll talk about Rwanda next time.
Okay.
I can get into
And it's like, it seems like just the same pattern. Once someone comes in and takes it over, then when they leave, it causes a vacuum now because now that they're gone, there's no leadership there, so it turns into chaos, like with Iraq.
Well, Rwanda is real interesting because it's another. It's interesting that there's a couple, elections. Another election going on in Africa. Another interesting one that. Where you just hope, because the president of Rwanda right now is Paul Kagame, and it's like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Somebody came into post-Civil War and tried to bring the country together. Kagame, I think Kagame has done pretty well. However, there's concerns about whether he was actually in on that whole genocide. But in the beginning, that's okay. I brought this up before. This is one of my phrases, like his hands are less dirty than other people's.
Right.
So that's a way that you can look at Paul Kagame. And I'll check that before our next time because he's another one that is in office right now, and has been for a while, and there's questions about if he'll step down. So we'll be looking at that, and then peaceful transition in Liberia. We'll be following Mr. Way, and following Zimbabwe under its new leader, and there's some real human rights problems. Congo, unfortunately, is still a big problem. That dude's son, that president is refusing to step down. Oh, okay. And then over in Uganda, Yoweri Museveni has been in power for almost 40 years, and he's trying to amend the constitution so that he can stay in power, because you're not supposed to be able to run once you're over 75. He's over 75. He's trying to change the constitution so that he can stay in office. And you saw The Prince of Scotland, right?
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I seen that.
That's Uganda.
Oh, wow.
That's Uganda. Okay, so Museveni took over. Okay, so Museveni is post Idi Amin. I'm gonna have to check and see who came between them, if anybody did. But that's that heritage. So yeah, we should talk. We can talk about Uganda and Rwanda next time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's do it. Like that. That'll work.
Yeah, they both have real excellent. Oh man, The King of Scotland. That's an amazing movie. Oh my God, Forrest Whitaker.
Yep.
Amazing. Yeah. But it was he's such an amazing actor, because it never showed him doing anything. It never showed him actually doing anything to anyone, but he was so scary.
Most of those
dictators are like that, though. They have everybody else do it for them,
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But it was real. He reminded me of people I knew, even, or he just. At the beginning, he was just so charming, and I could see how people were taken in by him.
Mm-hmm. It's usually how it is.
That's how they do it.
That's how they do it. That's how they get you. 4 minutes. Whoa. Okay, so who's been Okay, Katie.
Shout out to Katie. What's up,
Katie?
Katie?
Yeah. I will read that. I hope, man. James has still been not feeling so good, which sucks.
Man, get better, James.
Yeah, get better, James.
We definitely want you back. Hopefully one day I can get you here live, just with us.
Well, yeah. Well, he lives in Washington State.
Oh, no, I guess
no, we can't. We can't.
Well, if you ever come to visit Anna.
Oh, I know.
We'll make a special day for that show.
I know. I want them to visit me. It'd be really fun. Okay, yeah, because we were going to talk about the Treaty of Versailles. That's World War I, and I don't know. See, James is really, really knowledgeable, and so much as I think James is really. He has much more detail on things that I do, because I always feel like, I talk about different stuff. I do know about a lot of different stuff, but then I always feel like I don't have enough detail.
Well, that's the good thing about being a historian like you. You get to meet all the people that know, everybody. Most historians and most people, they have their special areas in history that you talk to them about it.
Yeah.
Like, your friend James.
Yeah.
He's the war guy.
James is the war guy. The war guy.
You have, what's his name? The comedian?
Samson. We got the comedy guy.
The comedy.
We got James is the war guy.
Yeah. James is the war guy.
He is.
He was passionate. So
he is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's fucking smart.
So, that's how it is with historians. You got your little group of.
I saw Ace at the farmer's market.
Oh, who?
Yeah, Ace. No,
Age?
Age, yeah.
Yes. He lives right up the street.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
Tom
he
was
still
sweet.
lives in the same actual
Oh, okay.
place where.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was really sweet. So, yeah, because he said we should get more guests.
Yeah,
Working on it.
If you can get some more guests and bring them through,
We need to, we need to, if we...
But what I'm gonna do is, Dion's been kind of busy.
Yeah.
I want him to hook my. I'm gonna talk to him about doing it by Skype, so that way, if they can't come here, we can at least get a little picture of them on the side. So that way they can see us and we can see them, and the audience can see them too.
Yeah, and if we do it, if we do move the equipment over and do the show someplace else, then we could have my friend Brenda.
We can do that too.
In QR or something.
We can do that too.
Yeah, well, my friends that can't manage their
if
steps.
you talk to the lady at the Artisan, that's right across the street. If you want, if they can go there, or if they don't, no one wants to do it at their place, we can do it right across the street.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to do it at my.
Ideas.
Yeah. Oh no, it would be cool to do it.
And I got the hot spot right there. So.
Dude, yeah.
If we don't have good signal, we can use the signal of what I have, and I'll just bring it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, mine. It's pretty cool. Because I'm just running this right off my phone.
Nice.
That's it. Which is easy. Okay. Wow.
All right. It's that time, y'all.
Okay. Okay, everybody. Good night.
Any shout outs? Anything you want to
Shout outs.
say?
Okay. Well, we've been shouting out to like our war guy and our comedy guy. Anybody in Vallejo, California, USA, come to the Bayard Rustin Symposium this Saturday.
Right. Any other shows or anything else going on?
No, but I know I'm gonna after this is my baby. This has just been my thing for a while. So yeah, I'm anticipating the post-project letdown. So I'm figuring out what I'm going to do next after this.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we'll be back next time.
We will definitely be back. And